Hello and namaste, my name is Nidhi Nagori and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm covering a very different topic. Now this is related to my field and it is definitely related to a lot of research that I've done personally for myself. So I know I keep getting a lot of questions about which countries or which cities in the world are good for finance professionals. Now, of course, like I said, this is my field, so I kind of have done some personal research. Not currently, like I of course did a lot of research for the video that you're going to see, but even back when I was trying to immigrate, I'd done a lot of research, so I had a good sense of where is it that you can move as a finance professional. What is different in today's video is that I'm also considering the immigration aspect of it. So while you may be thinking that the top financial centers in the world are places like New York, Toronto, these are not places that offer visa sponsorship. Today's video is going to cover which countries in the world are top in terms of being financial centers and are easy in terms of getting a visa. So if you're somebody who's an MBA or has done a CA like myself, or in general want to work in the field of finance across the world, and if you're looking for visa sponsorship, then this video is for you. So make sure you stick around. Today's video is in collaboration with OAWA. OAWA is an online education academy which was founded by investment professionals and academicians. With a unique blend of industry veterans and academicians, their unique courses help students and professionals sharpen their skills and make it big in the finance world. Think of everything that you can imagine in a perfect course. Live case studies, practical teaching, scholarships, placement assistance. OAWA courses have gotten it all. And the best part? The courses that they offer are actually in need today, like their program in wealth management or their advanced certificate in wealth advisory or the weekend wealth master workshops. Each course is unique and curated with immense thought. So if you are somebody who's considering a career in wealth management, if you are looking to be a wealth manager, or if you're somebody who's just confused in the world of finance and are wondering what to do next, do check OAWA out. I'll leave the link in the description box for you guys. So go ahead, look at their website. I'm pretty sure if you are somebody in finance, you will find something of interest in OAWA. And what's amazing is that these courses are extremely global. So you can be using that knowledge that you gain from the OAWA courses in looking for opportunities abroad. Now let's come to my top 5 destinations for people who are finance professionals and are looking for visa sponsorships. Like I said right at the beginning of the video, when you hear the term financial industry or financial services, you immediately tend to think of the world's biggest cities like Toronto, New York, or you're thinking of maybe Beijing or Shanghai, or even Tokyo. While these financial centers are amazing, and I personally happen to work in one of these top cities, I do feel that the stringent immigration requirements or sometimes the language requirements in a country like Japan make it very tough for good professionals to move abroad. Which is why today's list is top financial centers in the world, which are also good if you are looking for visa sponsorships. In total, I'm going to be recommending 5 countries. Now, the 5th country that you see on this list is not going to be a country in itself. It is a bunch of various countries together. So it's definitely going to be more than 5 countries in this video. Along with the cities that I mentioned, I'll also give you a headway into how you can apply. I'll be giving you 2 lists of agencies. One is going to be a global list, which is companies that are present in all of these countries or companies that actually work in global recruitment. And then apart from that, I'll also be giving you specific local recruiters that specialize in hiring international talent. On that note, let's get on to our list. So my first place is going to be the United Kingdom. If you guys haven't checked out my last couple videos, in fact, my last direct video was on UK. I'm going to link it up right here. Make sure you go check it out. UK is coming up with some immense, crazy, absolutely competitive immigration plans. It's crazy in the sense that it's very good if you are an immigrant. These plans are amazing, which is why UK is going to be number 1 on my list. It already has a decent enough plan. I'm sure if you've been watching your LinkedIn or monitoring it closely, you've probably seen a lot of people in Big 4 and in the big banks move to UK in the recent past. At least I've seen that. Pre-busy season, my LinkedIn page was literally flooded with people who had gotten sponsorships. I know a lot of my friends in UK were hiring people who worked in Big 4 or worked in the banking industry. So I do know that UK had been offering a lot of visas to finance professionals, at least in my home country, India. And I'm kind of certain that that is the situation if you are from any country, because visas are not for country specific. So like UK is not just hiring people in India. UK is looking for good finance professionals across the world, irrespective of where you come from. Let's move on to the recruitment agencies that I recommend for UK. My first recommendation recommendation is going to be Morgan Phillips. My second recommendation is going to be the Hydrogen Group. My third recommendation is going to be Accountancy Action. And my fourth recommendation is going to be Top Financial Jobs. In no particular order, these are my favorite websites. I've done a lot of research. I've probably gone through over 200 websites for UK, just UK itself. And I can tell you that I found the best kind of opportunities in all of these. I did think that Accountancy Action had good jobs, at least in my field, so I could relate to that more. But in terms of just number of jobs, I would say Morgan Phillips and Hydrogen Group are probably higher. The next place that I'm going to recommend happens to be in Europe. Now, pre-pandemic, this was the go-to destination. More than 50% of this country's population is made up of immigrants, is made up of foreigners. So you can imagine how multicultural this is and how integrated immigrants are in their culture. This beautiful little country is called Luxembourg. I've also done a detailed video on that. I'm going to link that up here, so go watch it if you want any more detailed information. If you're not from finance or if you just want to know about Luxembourg in some details, please go and watch that video. So like I said, Luxembourg was always known as the tax haven and also the visa haven. Extremely open hiring, there are no government regulations. Of course, due to the pandemic, some preference is being given to people who are already in Luxembourg. But just remember that your competition is always against people who are not locals. So you're always competing against other immigrants itself. That makes your standing a little equal. Moving on to the recruitment agencies or the websites that I recommend for Luxembourg, only for finance professionals. The first one is going to be the Lancelot. The second is The Recruiter. Third is Greenfield. Fourth is Spring Professionals. And fifth is KR Recruitment. In terms of opportunities, Luxembourg is a very small country, so the number of opportunities are definitely going to be smaller than United Kingdom, which is a massive country when you compare it to Luxembourg in specific. But just remember that your chances of sponsorship are very high because most employers in Luxembourg are opening to sponsoring because that has been the history of the country. My third suggestion, or the third country that I suggest, is Germany. As we all know, Germany is home to so many big cities, whether it's Munich, Berlin, or Frankfurt, all of these aiming to be the next big financial center of Europe. On my YouTube channel, you'll find a lot of videos related to Germany. And if you've been following me on Instagram, you already know that I love Germany. I love the opportunities that come about, and I'm always talking about how easy and relaxed their immigration is. I'll not make this video a Germany immigration special video, but I will make sure to link up my Germany video up here. So if you want to go ahead, watch that if you want to get a sense of what the immigration policies are. Just get a good sense of it, but also know that Germany is very open to foreigners. Massive visa sponsorships happening at the moment because huge labor shortages are happening in the country. I'm going to be recommending 3 recruiters or 3 websites for Germany. The first one is
3C Careers.
The second is Gulp, Experts United. And the third, International Recruitment. The fourth country on my list, and a country that I did not really think would come on this list until I saw the Investopedia Financial Center's survey that they conducted recently. So I saw that and I saw this country on that list. And when I went and did my research further, I was just really smashed. Of course, it did not come to me as a surprise because typically this country and their banks are in news, at least in my home country in India. A lot of rich people try to stash their cash in these banks. I'm sure a lot of you have already guessed it. And this country happens to be a top tourist destination for a bunch of Indian travelers. That country is Switzerland. And the city that I'm talking about is Zurich, a huge financial center. Did you know that just the stock market in Zurich, the Swiss stock market, was valued at $1.4 trillion as of July 2021? That's massive. That's how huge it is. And because of the size of the financial services market in Switzerland and in Zurich in particular, there's been a need of financial professionals who are talented, have a global outlook, and come from different walks of life. So if you're looking for an unconventional country, something that not a lot of people think about, especially in the world of finance, Switzerland is a place to go. Why am I so big on Switzerland in this particular video? So let me tell you why. I do a lot of research on immigration. I tend to have some sense of what's going on in the world. Even then, Switzerland was not on my list for financial markets. So you can imagine not a lot of foreigners are looking at Switzerland. In fact, a lot of people, when they think of finance, start looking at Hong Kong or New York or Chicago or Toronto or Tokyo or Beijing, Shanghai, all of these places. So Switzerland has been able to get under the radar. They also have labor shortages, which means there are places that foreigners can fill in, and it's less competitive because not a lot of people are applying for those opportunities. Now let's move on to the recruiters. So I'm going to be again suggesting just 3 places in Switzerland. The first one being Swiss Links, the second being Swiss Finance Recruitment, and the third being Robert Walters. Now, Robert Walters happens to be a global organization that has presence in multiple countries. I don't think they're as good or as well established in, say, North America or Eastern Europe or some part of Western Europe. I think even though they're global, I just don't see their presence being felt. Though in Switzerland, I did see that their opportunities were pretty good. So worth applying for, definitely a global company that you would want to go and apply into. All right, now coming on to the fifth on my list. This is the Caribbean Islands. If you guys already know, the tax haven of North America and the visa haven for a lot of people, again, from all over the world. If you're somebody who wants to live on a beach for your entire life, if you're looking for the tropical climate, especially for people from my home country, then Cayman Islands or Bermuda might just suit you really well. Like I said, these are tax haven countries, so a huge financial market. Again, I'm going to just restrict my list to 3 websites. First one being Hamilton Recruitment, second being Think Global Recruitment, and third being cmlrecruit.ky. Like Luxembourg, majority of the population on these tiny islands are made of immigrants. You have a huge number of immigrants moving here. Also, do remember that you typically tend to get paid a US dollar salary while your expenses are not that much, so you end up saving a lot. So if you're looking at a job or at a position, the taxes are also not that high. So if something, where you can get paid good money and your expenses are also not crazy, then this can be a good place to consider. And just like Luxembourg, visa sponsorship is not an issue. It has historically never been an issue in these places. Now that I've given you my list of top 5 countries, let me give you a quick list of global companies that I recommend. Now, these are companies that I've personally applied through. I've been in the US, I've applied there, I've been in Canada, I've applied here. So I've personally applied through these companies. They are great companies. Their presence spans in multiple countries across the world. They're true multinationals in terms of recruitment. So I highly recommend that you create a profile. Now, do remember that these companies have different country pages. That's where you'll find opportunities. So you'll have to, maybe if you want to look for London, you'll have to go to their London page and then look for jobs. If you want to look for jobs in, say, Switzerland, you'll have to go to their Swiss page and then look for jobs. So that's the only thing that you'll have to do. But again, these are amazing websites and you can blindly go onto these. I'm pretty sure you'll find their presence in the Western part of the world, at least. The first on the list is going to be Robert Half, my absolute favorite and the one place that I actually trust. Whether it's part-time opportunities or full-time opportunities, Robert Half has never disappointed me. My second suggestion is going to be Hayes Recruitment. Third suggestion is going to be Kelly Services. Fourth suggestion is going to be Randstad. Fifth suggestion is going to be Michael Page. Sixth is going to be Manpower, and seventh is going to be Adecco. I've personally tried all of these. I've uploaded my profile, etc. But let me tell you which ones gave me the best interviews. So I made the list according to my experience. So like Robert Half was absolutely my number 1. Like I said, I've never been disappointed, whether I was in Cleveland, I was looking for jobs in New York, Chicago, I've been in Toronto, looking for jobs in GTA area, just like never disappointed, huge variety of roles. Apart from this, I'd say number 2 was always Hayes. They have good managerial and like mid-managerial level positions. So I absolutely love their openings. If you're looking for Singapore, Hayes might actually be a good opportunity. I didn't recommend Singapore in this video because of the ongoing visa situation. They've been curbing a lot of foreign labor, incoming foreign labor especially. So I did not recommend it. But if you are somebody who's looking for opportunities in Singapore, then this might be a good place to consider. Apart from this, I feel similarly about Kelly Services, Randstad and Michael Page. Randstad is typically contract opportunities. At least that's what it is in North America. No harm in seeing what they have to offer across the globe. And the last is followed by Manpower and Adecco. And just because Manpower and Adecco were last on my personal list, I still don't think that they are last typically, because I know many people who've gotten a job through these websites. I actually know a lot of people who found opportunities in Toronto through Manpower. So definitely something to consider if you are looking for global opportunities. On that note, this video has come to an end. I do hope that all my finance buddies out there enjoyed watching this video. I loved creating it. It gave me another perspective into the world of finance again. And I tried to keep it as informative and as power-packed as I could. Genuinely hope that you found this video equally useful. If you did like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so that you know every time I upload a video what's going on in the world. Apart from that, please don't forget to comment down below what your thoughts are. What would you like me to cover next? I do want to tell you this was a topic that I'd seen in my comment section. That's how I picked this topic up. So you guys now know that I'm always looking at your comments. I'm always reading through them. I'm always preparing my future content based on what you want to see on my channel. Your thoughts, your comments are very, very important. So please make sure you keep putting them down. Lastly, don't forget to check OAWA out. I'm leaving their link in the description box. They have some amazing wealth management courses. And if you're somebody who's trying to excel or upskill in the world of finance, their their courses can suit you really well. Alright guys, I promise to see you in the next video. Really hope that you guys are keeping well, staying safe and smiling through all of this. Take care. Namaste.